You're recovering from your past. You feel like life is taking your last. At your dreams, you're starting to laugh. It's time to put down the emotional bags. Tune in to the Simply Said podcast. The Simply Said podcast. Tune in.
You are listening to the Simply Said podcast, hosted by Stephanie Sonia, aka Pastor Greer. Testing, 1, 2, 3, 4. Testing, 1, 2, 3, 4. Testing, 1, 2, 3, 4. Testing. I like that. This is the second time I've done it, so I think I like it. But anyway, welcome to the Simply Said podcast. I am your host, Stephanie Sonia, aka Pastor Greer. Today's episode is called I Knew Better. I could just start right there. I knew better. They say when you know better, you do better. But do we? Or do we do what we knew we shouldn't have been doing until it becomes painfully obvious that it's not working? Why do we do that to ourselves? Like, I knew better than to start eating as many taquitos as I had been eating recently. Like last week, Last week. I ate taquitos and soft tacos, homemade, all week. And then I had the audacity to say, let me try to make my own gordita crunch. Americanized Mexican food is not the food they eat in Mexico. I think the millennials, we know that. But like, generally speaking, there's some people that really think that Taco Bell is authentic Mexican food, and it's not. It's good, you eat a little something, but it's not. I thought that I was doing myself a favor by eating corn tortillas instead of flour tortillas, and then proceeded to go to the store and buy a smaller pack of flour tortillas, thinking that was going to make me feel better about the fact that I was buying something that I shouldn't have been buying. Man, listen. So I was eating rice, which I know makes me bloat. I was eating all of that stuff to go into the taquitos and all that. I knew better. Probably gained about 4 pounds. Just off of, I hadn't weighed myself. Let me go weigh myself real quick. Hold on, I'll be right back. It was worse than what I thought. Well, that's what I get for eating taquitos, soft tacos, gordita crunches, ran out of sour cream, started using vegan mayo. What else was I doing? I was doing a lot. That I shouldn't have been doing. And then you wonder why you've gained 7 pounds. 7 pounds? No, Jesus! What? Oh no, we got to fix that. Cause I'm still not, and I'm not obsessed with my weight or anything like that. Now, in the beginning, when I first had Alonzo, I was, because I had a point to prove to myself. But I'm over that part. Where I'm at now is trying to get back to my pre-pregnancy strength and weight and everything, in order to help facilitate me becoming stronger and more in shape, to prepare myself for the next pregnancy. Cliff and I plan on having our second child next year. Unless God wants to be a comedian and let me get pregnant this year. I don't put anything past God. If he wants to be funny and do that, that's on him. But we don't plan on having our second child until next year. So but I want to make sure that I'm in better shape than I was, because I was actually getting into shape when I got pregnant. So I want to make sure that I'm better prepared, and I know that next time there are certain things I'm not going to do. Like, I'm not going to go completely crazy and eat whatever. I'm going to have my times where I eat what I want, but then I'm going to have my other times where I'm eating more responsibly, because, oh my God, like the preeclampsia swelling and all that weight, that came off very easily, very quickly. But this lingering residual stuff, I knew better. I know better than to not sleep when the baby sleeps. Okay? The baby is asleep and I'm awake recording this podcast. and funny part about this, recording this podcast right now, is that I already have an episode that's locked and loaded and ready to go, but I forgot about it because the episode was going up late today because I forgot. Cliff was closing at work today, so he was home until about an hour ago. And child, I put Alonzo down, and then I got stuck in, the scroll roll, and I'm just scrolling through Facebook like I ain't got nothing to do. And not only have I not eaten since 10 o'clock this morning, it's now 3:45 p.m. So not only have I not eaten, I've nursed and still haven't eaten. Did a load of laundry and still haven't eaten. What else did I do? I did something else and still haven't eaten. And recording this podcast and still haven't eaten. I knew better. But when am I going to do better? Responsibility sounds like accountability to me. Just don't be a jerk to yourself. Eat right. Not saying you have to restrict yourself on everything. Have those things that you have when you want to have them. But be more responsible with what you put into your body. Be more responsible with whom you have conversation with. Notice how you feel when you talk to this person. Does your chest start to tighten up when you talk to them? Does your head start to throb a little bit when you talk to them? Do you feel a little pinch in your gut when you see their name come up on your phone? That could be a sign that you need to either limit or eliminate conversation with this person and communication with this person. There's just a list. I know better than to not ask my husband for more help. He's literally standing there looking at me like, all you gotta do is say go, and I'm on it, and I'm helping you. But I'm waiting for you to release yourself from this whole independent woman thing. It's interdependence that we look for in marriage. Yes, you do your thing, I do my thing. But when it's time for us to come together and do this thing together, we got to do it together. Not you over here trying to figure it out and pulling your hair out and being upset, and not me over here trying to figure it out and me being upset. It's called working together. It's called partnership. Okay? Don't turn your partnership into a shipwreck. Let your partner help you. And on the other side of that, because I always have a problem with people trying to help me in a way that helps them, but not in a way that helps me. Let me say that for those people. Raise your hand if you appreciate people offering help and you appreciate people helping you, but you want them to help you in a way that helps you, not just in a way that helps them feel better because they helped you. Okay? Okay, for those people, let me speak up for those people. Help me in a way that helps me. Thank you in advance. Help me in a way that helps me. Because if you help me in a way where I have to go and redo or undo whatever it is that you did, that's not helping me. And also, let me flip it back around and say, be explicit about what you want. Be explicit about what you need and what you want. Because see, yes, there's a difference between a need and a want. But there is a need inside of a want. Okay? And we have to address that need inside of that want and not just dismiss the want because it's a want. It's called balance. Everybody has needs and everybody has wants too. And we work to, in a balanced manner, pursue both of those things. So you knew better. You knew better than to halfway assume that somebody could read your mind. I need you to help me the way that's gonna help me. Did you tell them that? Because you got on the phone and you complained about it. You looked in the mirror and you complained about it. You walked around and you talked to God about it and complained about it. Did you tell them though? Because we're guilty of that. You know better than to complain about something instead of communicating your issue with the person that you have or the people that you have an issue with. But instead, you get the Twitter fingers, you go to Facebooking, and you'd rather talk about it there than talk about it face to face or talk about it with the person that you need to talk about it with. You knew better. So let's just lay it all out. This is the Simply Self podcast. You know how we get down around here. We tell the truth around here, okay? Even when the truth makes us look a little silly, we got to tell the truth. We got to be honest. Nobody's going to read your mind. Nobody is going to do things exactly the way you do them. There are things that I have to let go of and say, listen, there are certain things that my husband does that in a way that I don't do them. Doesn't mean that his way is wrong. Just means that his way is different. So there are things I have to force myself to let go because I can't do everything. And he doesn't want me to have to do everything. And I wasn't designed to do everything. So there are things that I have to acquiesce and let him do the way that he does those things. And just be joyful that they're getting done. Okay? Let it go. You know better than you walking around here trying to do everything yourself. You know better. You know better than to not go to sleep when you're supposed to go to sleep. Alonzo. He's a baby. He's still figuring it out. But my grown behind, my 36-year-old behind, my almost 37-year-old behind, I know better. Okay? I'm going to have to do again what I had done before. I had set a bedtime on my phone for my phone to be like, hey, it's time for you to wind down. Do you know I turned it off? just no sense at all. I turned it off. Why though? So I got to turn it back on to remind myself. My thing is, if I can get down by midnight, I'm functional. You know, anytime earlier would be better. But knowing me and knowing that I like to write and do stuff at night, if I could at least get down and be in the bed by midnight, at least have my body in the bed by midnight. And if I can't go to sleep right away, I'll give it a little bit of time. And if I need to get back up, fine. But I need to set boundaries for myself to be the best version of myself that I can be for other people. I can't set boundaries with other people if I can't set them with myself. I know. It pinched, didn't it? It pinched me too. That's why I couldn't say nothing. That's why I couldn't talk. But yeah. So, you know better. But yeah, since I already have an episode that's ready to go up this week, I'm going to pause this and I'm going to come back to it and add some other thoughts, because I am so sure that there are way more things, and I'll probably write them in the notes. I remember to talk about them. But yeah, that's where I am right now on March 17th at 3:53 p.m. That's where I am right now. And I'm going to come back and tell you some more stuff. And tell on myself, because that's what I'm here for. Okay? I'll see you in a bit. Okay. You want to hear a joke? It's not a not joke. I promise. Even though some of those jokes are awesome. It is now March 31st, 2:47 p.m. And child, when I tell you I did not do. I did not do the couple of the things that I was talking about doing. So, okay. The sleep feature on my phone, I had not turned that back on. What else did I say I was going to do? Bedtime. I have been taking melatonin for some days, probably over a week now. Whenever it was that my appointment was with my psychiatrist, and he suggested that I try melatonin. Whatever day that was, it was the day after, I believe. Listen, it works if I'm already in the bed when I take it. Because if I take it and I'm still up, I'm going to be like, well, I just took the melatonin. Let me do 2 or 3 more things before I lie down. And you already know what time it is. You already know what happens. I'm up. And it's 1 o'clock in the morning and I'm up. And it's 2:30 and I'm up. And it's 4 o'clock and I'm up. I cannot take the melatonin any later than 11. If it's past 11 o'clock, I will not do that to myself. I'm not going to take it. Because I'm starting to have lingering effects from taking it too late and not being able to sleep as much as I need to. So yeah, nice little update. I wish I could have given y'all better news, but I gotta be honest, I didn't do what I said I was gonna do, and I didn't get a chance to go back and listen to the entirety of all the little promises I was making y'all and making myself. But those 2 things stuck out: the bedtime and changing, re-implementing a bedtime on my cell phone. Didn't work. I just want to say shout out to the Lord for his grace, because he gives us far more grace than we deserve, far more grace than we could ever earn, far more grace than we would give ourselves. Because I'm sick of me. But raise your hand if you're sick. If you are sick of you, raise your hand. Are you sick of you and your shenanigans and the promises that you make yourself? Not maliciously, like you're not trying to lie. You just be lying. And I had an episode a couple episodes back talking about lying, either by just thinking that you're gonna do the opposite of what you're doing and it doesn't work out that way, or you're like, no, I'm not saying anything. We gotta stop. Let me take a drink. Hold on. Whew, that water with the lime in it be hitting. That water with the lime in it, it be hitting hot. That water with the lime in it, it be hitting. Hey, that water with the lime in it, it ain't quitting. Hey. Now I could do that on the fly, but can't go to bed when I'm supposed to. Make it make sense. I can make a song about anything. That's one of the gifts that God has given me that I'm very pleased with and very happy with, that he trusted me with that gift to make a song up on the fly. But can't plan to go to sleep when I'm supposed to. What kind of sense does that make? So y'all, listen, I'm trying. I'm really trying. It's not funny. I'm trying. You're all like, no, you're not. I'll try harder. That's what I'll say. Instead of just constantly saying, I'm trying. My next thing is to say, I'm gonna try harder. That's still a promise that I'm making to myself. That's still a promise that I'm making to my life, that I'm going to do better. And I gotta, y'all, accountability is exhausting. No wonder people run from it. People be running like Usain Bolt from some accountability. Yeah, because it requires you to grow up. It requires you to do stuff you don't want to do. It requires you to have discipline. That's another cuss word. Accountability is a cuss word. Discipline is a cuss word. Obedience is a cuss word. Submission is a cuss word. We don't like say them words. Don't say that. Don't you say that out loud. Stop. Now I'm gonna say it. I ain't gonna be telling all my business on this podcast. Lies. I'm gonna tell my business as long as it helps somebody. Okay? And here's the cool thing about telling your business. Nobody can make you feel bad about where God has brought you from if you take ownership of it and say, yeah, I made that mistake, but look at where the Lord has brought me from. Look at what God has helped me accomplish. Reframing. Yeah, you gotta do that. You have been listening to the Simply Self podcast. I am your host, Persephone Sonia, aka Pastor Greer. We know better, so let's do better. All right?